I can't even see I can't see myself. The sun is so gorgeously bright. Good morning, good morning. It's ice freaking cold out here. And I've got on slippers and not even boots. But I'm trying to photograph my Bemis. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It's a grain sack, I think. I kid you not, I got on my Amazon slippers. This thing is thick. So I don't know if it's a grain sack or a flour sack. I don't know what Bemis. I think Bemis is the name of the company that made this, maybe? I don't know. This is from what I understand, could be from the 20s up through 1949. Not something I'm familiar with because it's before my time. Yeah, it's before my time. I didn't come along until 57, so I don't know about these things. I remember my mom talking about feed sacks and grain sacks, but this one's very nice. Got a couple of stains on it, but I got it on eBay. I got it on eBay for a lot of money, but I'm open to offers. I'll even put the link with this video if anybody's interested in contacting me about it. I'm trying to put money into savings so I can move. Yeah, man, I need to move. So, I know that's not going to work, is it? Let me face this way. Oh yeah, I need sunglasses now. I'm starting to talk like my late grandmother. She had a squeaky high-pitched voice in her later years. I think I'm getting that. But I look like my mom right here. It looks like my mommy. Hey, look. I'm going to give you an update in a little bit. Another little quickie video about Whirlpool and Lowe's. Oh my gosh. They are not, neither one of them are honoring the fact that that washing machine is still under 1-year warranty. They're tossing me and my roommate back and forth between them looking for an RA number, which is a return authorization number. Well, I'll just tell you now, why do an update? Whirlpool keeps saying, we can't issue that. Lowe's has to. Call Lowe's. Call Lowe's. And Lowe's says, oh, we can't issue that RA number. Whirlpool has to do that. So call Whirlpool. So I call Whirlpool, and you get the gist of it, back and forth, until I say, hey, ho, 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 ho. That's enough of that BS. And so I know what they're trying to do. They don't want it back because they know it's a hunk of junk. Well, not really. The washing machine works great. It's the circuit board. So anyway, I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau on both of them, on both of those big corporations. And screw you, big corporations. I'm anti-corporation also. Big corporations suck. They may provide jobs, but they provide a lot of headaches, and they steal from the poor people. They steal from people who struggle to have something all their lives. So it looks like they're doing the goodwill of the community by providing jobs. Bullshit. Okay, and then you struggle to climb up that corporate ladder is almost freaking impossible, because I've worked for Circuit City, which no longer exists, Capital One, Amazon, that's just a few of them right there that I've worked for, and I've worked for Lowe's. All corporations. I always prefer mom and pop businesses because they're real people and they'll tell you the truth straight up. So if you can work for a small company with a smattering of employees, that means a small amount of employees, people who are not necessarily trying to grow and franchise and all of that, those are probably the best places you could work, because they will look out for you because you've become part of the family. No, I don't like corporations. Corporations have bought up those trailer parks. That thing is cool, isn't it? It's got no blemishes but a stain or two. But corporations have bought up trailer parks all over the place, I know, not just Florida. And people can't afford to live. Who the shit can afford $1,400 a month rent A trailer that was built in 1972, and you can buy that for $3,000 unless the owner's real greedy and he's selling it for $30,000. I've seen some real estate from Florida online that's an absolute effing joke. But that's not just Florida, it's everywhere. Good gravy, I got to get back in the house, y'all. Hold on. Alright, so I came out here to sit in my, not actually my father-in-law, he's my roommate's dad. This is his car. It's got leather seats and they're cold. They're cold seats. Now they got a seat heater, yes. But that takes time for that thing to get roaring. So I'm sitting on an insulated bag that was here in the car between my butt and the seat. It's cold as a well digger's ass out here. It'll go away. This is not normal. I've already seen where we're supposed to be back up in the 50s. Here in this part of Virginia. Which is near the bay. I'm not near the bay. Near. Like, I don't live on the bay. No, all the bigwigs from Northern Virginia, New York, and New Jersey, they come down here and they buy up all the high dollar places along the water that actually 100 years ago the poor people owned it because nobody wanted to live on the water. Isn't that funny? Man, I don't know when all that shit changed, excuse my language, but yeah, I've had some locals explain some things to me when I first got here because I'm from Virginia, but I'm not familiar with this area on the water. Alright, so I'm not going to tell you no more about Whirlpool and Lowe's. I just want to say this real quick. Shame on both corporations for doing that they will not honor the warranty. And now I got a phone call the other day from someplace in Baltimore, Maryland, which is not close by. That's probably a couple 100 miles down the road. Something to do with Whirlpool saying they found a repairman. No, Richmond's closer. Fredericksburg is not that far. But for good gravy, we can't pay for the washing machine to be repaired. Shouldn't the company that made it, and it's under its original 1-year warranty, it's still there. I mean, we bought it in August, and this is December. We got a ways to go before it's past a year old. Why do we have to pay? I've had Whirlpool leave me messages saying, you pay for all the repairs and we'll reimburse you. Yeah, right. Like, I really trust that. And I told my roommate, no, don't go down that path. Don't do that. Screw it. They want to act like that. Yeah, I ain't doing that stuff. You know. I don't know, I'm sorry. I had a very bad night, so I may not be able to stay on track with what I'm talking about. Sorry about that. My roommate has a lot of problems. His biggest problem is he has a severe sugar addiction that for some reason didn't become alcoholism, but he borders on that. He could be that way. So when he eats sugar, like, let's just say some Hershey Kisses at nighttime, like at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and then he'll drink juice, which has got, even pure juice has got sugar, natural sugars. Alright, when he does that, his body, his brain, everything about him is super sensitive to sugar. So he flips in the bed like this and hollers and he screams and he throws his foot out the bed and he bangs the side of the bed with his foot. I mean, it's the most insane bunch of crap you've ever seen. But when he doesn't, when he cuts off the sugar flow like about 6 or 7 in the evening, all right, when he does that, he goes to bed and he sleeps so peaceful. He's quiet. He doesn't get up and pee 500 times because the peeing is about his body trying to get rid of the sugar. So, but last night, he had a case of the immaturity, and he ate, I caught him, he's eating 6 Hershey Kisses at 9:30 and drinking blueberry juice. And I said, you know, it's not really the juice. I went off on him because this is a tiny little house and I don't have a bedroom of my own. And this is not like you guys might want to think it is. It's not. There's no place in that house to sleep. One bedroom. So, oh my gosh. I prayed. I went to bed. I was hoping that it would be okay, but it wasn't. He really went, his body can't take sugar. I told him, I said, you apparently have a sensitivity, and his late mother, from what I understand, she did the same thing. So she had a sensitivity to it too, and she drank wine, which didn't help. I don't think she drank a lot of it, but she died from colon cancer, I think. So I think that's what it was. Really sad. She's a really sweet lady. But sugar does that to people. And I had a half a glass of Dark Horse red wine. A half a glass that was diluted with water. And I went to bed. I didn't have any problems. So I don't have a sensitivity. But some people do. So I didn't flop and carry on and everything. But I'm sure it keeps my body. I'm sure it keeps me active. It does make me go to the bathroom. So all night last night, I've had very little sleep. He's had very little sleep. So he's very defensive today because he knew he blew it. He blew it for himself and me. And I can't wait to get the heck out of here. I just don't need to live here. That's why I'm trying to sell off everything I own on eBay. I've been doing pretty good. I had a guy a couple days ago. I had a tub. Let me say this first. There was a man that came and bought this tub, a tote, 18-gallon tote, from like 20 some years ago. That's like one of them sturdy totes. And it was full of model car parts that my son used to be an avid modeler. He loved all that stuff. It had model car parts. I put, I gotta turn this heat down because it's cooking my butt. That's a good heater once it gets going. Model car parts, tires, bodies, even some die-cast pieces and bodies in there, like the General Lee and all this stuff. And it had a very big 57 Chevy die-cast that I had bought for my son, and he painted that thing. Why, I don't know. But anyway, that's what kids do. I don't cry about it. So I put it up on Marketplace. This whole tub, 25 bucks. And this guy drove quite a ways to come here. And he was really excited to get it because he said, I build models in my off season when my work is slow. And he said, I have a lot of fun with that. And I said, well, that's wonderful. I may have some more to sell you. So that's just a little pocket money for me so I don't have to touch my Social Security. You know, it's just a little bit. This Bemis or Bemis, it doesn't have an A in it, I don't think, does it? This Bemis bag, I've seen some people online sell them for a couple $100. So this one's very nice shape. That would be an asset to me to sell that and put that in my savings. I need to get this sold. My little car, which has the windshield wiper issue. And I had a young man text me or message me the other day. He said, I'll give you $1,000 for it cash today. And I said, okay, I'll take it. Then, because he's young, then he started questioning the car. Well, what do you know about it? And I said, well, I've driven it for 5 years. And he said, well, do you think it's going to break down on me because I got to use it for a commuter car? I said, honey, I don't have any idea if the car is going to break down. How can I predict that? I said, I can go out here in ice cold weather and crank it right up so the battery's good. The car has no issues. You can crank it up. It's just the windshield wiper motor is what Scotty Kilmer told me. Yes, he had a video, and at the video, that particular one that I watched, he said, email me if you have a repair question. And I did, and that's what he told me. Scotty Kilmer. I told him that I thought it was a control arm on the steering wheel. And I said that it responds to high and low, but it won't turn off. So he goes, well, I think it's the motor assembly underneath. I had to firewall, I think that's what he meant to say. I can't quote it verbatim, but I can find that email and read it to you. Basically, you gotta raise the hood, and you gotta take off this plastic cowl and get up underneath there, and that motor is attached to the wipers themselves, and then you got to replace that. So it doesn't look like an expensive thing to buy the part. It's just all the little plastic clips and things like that. I mean, I would try that if I had a bucket full of those clips, but I don't, and you know they get broken. So, and a mechanic would look at that going, ooh, I'm going to charge the snot out of her. So, and I've got mechanics in my family, but I'm too far away from my family. I've had one of them offer to come out and fix it, and I said, no, man, it's wintertime. It's too far. Don't do that. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. And there's a young mechanic somewhere who loves to drive a stick that will hopefully buy it. This is a really good car. It would be great for somebody who's young and just starting out driving, and they could learn how to drive a stick. And that paint that's on it, that's craft paint. It's on the clear coat. I mean, it can come off. A lot of it's come off on its own. Get some kind of heavy-duty cleaner. I've tried a couple different things, but it hasn't all come off. But it will. I mean, if you want to go back to that yucky gray color. Here I'm sitting in a yard, and I'm sitting in a car that's silver. My roommate's truck is gray, and that little car is gray. And my roommate also owns a sedan that's actually a gold color. Man, whatever happened to pretty color cars? Can we have something pretty? Why do we gotta have? Why is everybody's obsession with gray? All right, I'm not gonna go there, but I so freaking hate that. That's not even a color. Gray is a tone. If you're an artist, you know anything about that? I do. Gray, black, white. Those are tones. Those are not colors. So that's not a color. And for so many young people, do you see the inside of these houses? Almost stars. I look at real estate. My coffee's working on me now. My mind's going blah, 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 blah. The real estate. I look at these houses built in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and the people, young contractors go in and take all the walls out and have this one big giant room, which is so not cozy. It loses its vintage charm. And then they paint everything freaking gray with gray flooring. Barf. That just sucks. How can you think that's attractive? That's not even, just freaking don't do that. If you haven't got enough creativity to see the beauty of a vintage home, and yes, take out the sheetrock if you need to, and put in some insulation, please, and put up drywall. Okay, most of us would go for that. But daggone. Stop painting everything gray and stop taking all the walls out of these houses. Oh my God, it's hideous. It is, it's hideous. Okay, I'm rambling. I gotta stop. I'm at freaking 12 minutes on just this part. Somebody buy that bag. I'm going to put the clip in here. If I didn't have somebody like this camera, I'm talking to this camera because I don't know how many people look at my videos, and it's not about that. I mean, I appreciate it if you do. If you want to hear all that shit. Comment and tell me your thoughts and opinions. I love to talk to people. I really do. Talk to me. I'm out here in the sticks, and I have a neighbor about 5, 6, 8 acres away. That's the way I call it. They're not next door. I don't have anybody to talk to other than my roommate who's got a lot of problems, so can't really talk to him. Do that. Be kind. Talk to me. Leave me some messages. It's up to you whether you want to subscribe. And I hope I never do that thing where you have to join a channel. Some of my favorite channels now make it so you have to join them, and they're charging $2.99 a month. And what the heck happened to YouTube being fun and free? When it first came out, like 20 some years ago, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And now everybody's making $1. I get it, but some of that crap y'all put out there is fake. My roommate sat there and watched a very fake Appalachian story about some lady named Ada. And I told him, I said, the whole entire video is AI. It's nothing real. There's nothing real. There was no Ada. The guy make up the whole damn story. And that's cool. He's making up stories. He kept showing the same AI images over and over and over and over and over. And my roommate is kind of got some problems in his attic, and he just didn't see. Well, it didn't look fake to me. I said, it's 100% fake, Billy. Like, I like to watch Robert Wright down in Georgia do sidestep adventures. Well, now he's been that way for a while. Now it's $2.99. And Incredible Tiny Homes, I love their videos. Now they're $2.99 a month, and there's quite a few of them that I've unsubscribed because I think that loses the charm of these homemade videos. You just take away from it when you do that crap. Stop doing that. We pay for enough shit in this world. I do, and I blocked the camera with my hand. It's cold. I'm going to go back here and get my purse, and I'm going to go out and get out of the house for a while and go get me another coffee or something. You know, it's really pretty. The sun is shining, and I love it, and I can't wait for warmer temperatures. And y'all, you know what? Leave me a comment. I'd love to talk to you. If you want to, of course. All right? Hey, don't buy no Whirlpool owned washers. Don't do stuff. Buy something used from somebody on Marketplace. I mean, hey, $50. You'd probably be better off get something from a house where the elderly folks have passed. You'll probably get a good washer and dryer, good furniture, all kinds of stuff, because they don't make that stuff anymore, right? All right, this old baby boomer girl is signing off for now. I hope you have a great day. Bye.